I get a lot of questions asking what the heck this thing is. This is what I call my shaker tub, and it's just a laundry tub you buy from Walmart. Just happens, I cut the bottom out of it, just happens to be the right dimension to fit a box. So when I tap the boxes out, all the bees will go inside this tub. Stands a little bit taller than a typical box would, and it just seems like it'd be a really easy target for anybody to shake, and they have a hard time missing this to make sure all the bees get inside the hive. So even when I have a bunch of students or some little more untrained staff shaking bees, they're not shaking the hives, students shake, they shake like this, This just helps provide a little more of a target to keep all the bees going down to the bottom, because whatever we're doing today is we're shaking the bees down into the bottom box. To get the queen down to the bottom. We have a pretty nice nectar flow going on today. This is the first we've had the summer flow, so the honey flow is on. And look at this. Fresh flow. Beautiful. So we are going to be busy shaking the whole apiary down to the bottom. That'll happen this week, and as soon as we get these bees down, we are going to put thirds on and then follow with fourths right away. Look at that nectar there. So I'm shaking the bees down, it's just shaking all the nectar down, kind of coating the bees. It's not going to go to waste, I'll clean that up. But the honey flow is now. So this box already has some good weight to it. Quite a few frames of young brood up top. Now it's extremely important that now the flow has started, these hives are fairly sizable. They have lots of bees ready to work. They're going to be bringing this honey in pretty fast, so we need to make sure that we don't allow any type of backfilling right now. We want these guys to push that nectar up, push it up into the boxes we're about to give them, and keep hoarding that honey straight up and keep it out of that brood nest for the most part. It's really important that we keep ahead of the flow with our boxes, just to make sure we can take all this incoming honey that's about to hit the hives. So we got to do that by adding space. So right now they have adequate amount of space. In the next few days it's going to start getting a little bit tight, but we should be able to get all these excluders in. What we have left to be put in after I'm done today, we should have another 1,000 or so to do. So we'll get those in the next few days, and then we'll immediately put thirds and then fourths. And then after that, we're going to be doing our individual hive assessments where we take and give and take. So we'll take from the ones that aren't filling and we'll give it to the ones that are. Just kind of even things out before we ultimately plan to pull the honey. So everything happens pretty fast now. We mark on the calendar the date that we put these excluders in, and we can't take these boxes, we can't pull the honey until this brood has been hatched. So we have to give 21 days at least, 24 days to make sure all that brood is hatched. Give it some time to backfill, and then we can strip these boxes off without bringing any brood into the honey house.